So we said we need to find a solution. And then it was Fuad. So 4 weeks ago, Fuad, Adam, Elaine, Janet Losberg, and myself met at the R&D SLT and discussed the options. And then Fuad was very clear, no NRDG-sponsored studies for BMS. And then I said IST is not possible. And then Elaine Hawkins said, yeah, but we have the vendor-driven IST process. We can use that one. And then Adam said that he is fine. But I'm not sure, I have to be honestly, I'm not sure if Adam knows the full background on the vendor-driven, third-party vendor-driven IST process in China either. So he may have said yes to something that he did not have full insight. I don't know. So somebody would need to follow up with Adam on this. But Adam was in the discussion.
Adam knows everything about the vendor-driven. Yeah, because I worked on that and kept him informed every step of the way.
So it sounds like we need to touch base with Adam because it sounds a little bit like a who's on first or telephone gasoline.
Right. Yeah. That's why I said as soon as I heard that Adam had said fine, but that we can't do anything until we talk to him.
Yes. Yeah. And he has some full background, like he heard from Fuad what Fuad wanted. He heard from Janet and from Elaine, so he was in the discussion. And I, yeah.
Okay. So thanks, Katrina. And I apologize. I didn't know that Adam was involved in the discussion earlier, so it would have been helpful for you all to know that so you could talk to him before this call. But I think we can go forward from there. Maybe
is Harvey aware of this, and what is his position?
No, Harvey, I haven't talked to Harvey about this.
Because I'm just going to tell you, I don't think Adam probably does not recall this because I actually touched base with him on a different, because I had written and said about, before I even knew that this existed, about the SOP and ISTs, and he said, well, that was really a Harvey decision, and that he would need to speak to Harvey if we needed to. And when I wrote Harvey said he needed to speak to Miriam. So, I'm very surprised that Adam would have not brought Harvey into that discussion with Fuad. So, given how he felt to me, but that's why we need to go back and talk to him. And I just want Miriam to touch base with Harvey too. So that'd be good.
Yeah. What's an on-spot?
Yeah, I mean, usually Harvey doesn't get involved in.
Yeah. And it was an ad hoc meeting at Tom Lynch SLT meeting. So, and that's why Adam was there, Janet was there, Fuad and myself and Elaine were there. That was all the E4 and above meeting with Tom Lynch. So that's why Harvey wasn't there. Was on the spot.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just for your information, I mean, I just had a short note from Harvey about whether we're still using the vendor-driven study, but that's all. And I replied to him that we are, and nothing has changed. And it's not going to change anytime soon, as far as I know. Yeah, I think we can all circle back. And then if you talk to Adam,
is it Harvey or
I'm
is
happy
it
to get on
Carl?
the call.
Right? Can I just?
I mean, your question about who is the approver is a very good question. The approver is actually it's Harvey and Carl, and then usually Bob and I working together. But because this is about ISRs, it's also Becky needs to be involved, and and Adam DeVoe and it's everybody, because it took, in order to get this SOP up and running, it took, I can't tell you, at least 10 stakeholders to all agree. So it is not just one person, really. But when I say it's Carl's decision to ensure that ISRs are stopped in China, and this exception is a very narrow exception. But it's not to say that if it's really necessary that we can't make the exception. It's just it needs to be discussed by everybody and okayed by everybody. There's not one person.
So I guess so. The action is now going to Adam going to Harvey going to you, Mariam, and then going to Carl, or you think that Harvey will make a decision?
We're just talking. The first step is to find out if Adam recalls this conversation with Fouad, and then understanding where Fouad's coming from, because it is contrary to a lot of things that we might have to change in many ways, not just in China. And we need to really find out because Kim's encountering some other issues. So we need to just have a general discussion. And then then Adam will tell me, I mean, he did think that when he talked to me generally about the issue, that it was a Harvey issue. But the SOP, I think, says what the approval process is specifically. It's just that we just want to make sure that these are not offered up as alternatives to something that can be accomplished. They're not just supposed to be, oh, this is easier, or this is, we don't have the resources, so we'll use this process. It's not meant to be a process for, you know, if we want to rethink the whole thing, that's fine. But the process itself was not set up as a tool that can be used as an alternative very easily. It's meant to be a tool that allows for,
Okay. You know, just I just need to be out and clear with the local teams. We have to be very, very clear that this is they should forget about the SOP and ISTs just don't exist. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, it will happen again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, like let's see what Evan and what happens now, and you just let us know. Right.
So, actually, I think
Kim and I will let you know what the conversation is, Miriam and everybody, about with Adam.
Okay, great. And if you think it's necessary after you talk to Adam, I'll call with Adam and Harvey and all of us legal folks just to touch base if you think that's helpful.
Sure. Beyond that, I think it will. Yeah, it will depend on how much he calls.
Remind him on that this was the meeting in the break